Paul Huizinga for Power Automedia, and I've just sat in on a press conference with my good friend Matt Snow here. Tell me about some of the new stuff that you've got here. There's a lot of stuff on display, a lot of really cool new product.
Our new theme for 2015 and for this SEMA show is plug and play. We've realized for a long time the easier we can make the install for the average person, the less intimidating it will be. So we've made a number of changes in our product, both gasoline and diesel, to facilitate that. Everywhere from nozzle mounting to wiring to pump mounting and so forth, we've made strides in making it as easy as possible.
Now, I've always been a fan of your systems for water methanol injection, and they've never been particularly difficult to install, in my opinion. You've always had really good instructions. It's always been pretty straightforward to put one of these systems on. But now, I mean, how much easier is it?
Well, I think the first area is wiring and harnessing. We provide a wire harness now with weather-tight connectors where every component is you just plug in to the harness, so that eliminates all the separate wiring somebody had to do. Another area is nozzle mounting. In the vehicle-specific systems, we are including a plate for nozzle mounting where you just screw the nozzles in. There's no more drilling and tapping involved.
Now, what about the control heads for these systems?
We've gone to and replaced our old Stage 2 controller, our original one, that looked like a little black MSD box, now with a gauge-type controller with a standard 2 1/16 inch gauge mount. It's digital. We call it a hybrid controller because it does a lot of the things that our higher-end Stage 3 controller does for a much better price point. We think it'll be a great value in some of the mid-level systems.
Now, you don't just do gasoline systems either. You're heavily into the diesel market as well, right?
Yeah, diesel is about half our market, and the diesel has been a great thing for us. And what we do for a diesel, I guess I would say that the more that the government changes the laws, we come into play more and more, because we found out last year through a test by the U.S. Department of Energy that our system actually reduces emissions and therefore reduces regen. And we've got great data on regen reduction in these new diesels where we save a tremendous amount of fuel because the truck doesn't have to clean out the emissions equipment as much.
Well, that's terrific. So you're getting more power, more torque, and it's a cleaner exhaust.
Exactly. That's exactly what the government wants, and it's what people want. They want more power. They want to do it in a way that doesn't increase their fuel usage, and they want cooler combustion because the diesels are used quite a bit to tow. And our product lowers combustion temperatures and EGTs so they can tow safer longer and not have to worry about getting out of the throttle because the temperatures are too high.
Now, speaking of towing, a lot of guys are buying the new EcoBoosts, the gasoline engines, to tow boats or whatever and that sort of thing. And I know you've got some specific applications, and that's kind of a tricky one, isn't it?
It is. The EcoBoost is a little trickier because it's a direct injected engine. The fuel injection system is not the standard Bosch 0 to 5 volt, and so we have to be a little bit, we had to seek other parameters on the engine in order to know how to inject and how much to inject, because you can't just inject off a boost because the small turbos get high boost at low RPM. So we have to bring another parameter in to soften the injection and make it come in a little bit later, and we've done that with a 2D map just for the EcoBoost. So it's a special controller that allows for correct injection in that application and in all direct injected applications.
Now, it would be remiss of me to not mention the car that is in your booth here. This is pretty amazing, this GT500. 1,000 horsepower to the wheels?
It's a legitimate 1,000 to the wheels. It makes 800 pound-feet at 2,500 RPM. It's a really neat ride, but we did it with the help of Halion turbo systems and attaching a twin turbo on top of the supercharger and a lot of water methanol to keep it from detonating. But we accomplished our goal. It's a good 1,000 horsepower street car.
Well, I think you probably convinced a lot of people to take a closer look at what you can do for their cars and trucks. What's the best way to get information on this water methanol injection system or any of the things we're seeing here?
Thank you, Paul. Go to our website at snowperformance.net. You can call us. We've got a Facebook page, all the usual applications, but contact us. We'd be glad to talk to you about your application and what specific system would be right for you.
Snow Performance. Pretty cool, literally.